So, once again, I feel worthless. You know, it's a feeling that comes by every once in a while, and now again it reared its ugly head. The day I done the most that I've done this whole semester. You know, it doesn't even feel real, to be honest. You know, I went to all my classes. I understood all my classes were on. I studied. I was doing notes. I was doing everything that I should be doing, and a little bit more. Hell, we're working on quizzes that aren't due till Wednesday. I'm already thinking about essays that I have due till next week. I'm already thinking, oh, what class should I go? What class I shouldn't? Or if I'm going, what should I be doing instead? And it just hit me, you know, like a ton of bricks. It just kind of hit me. That your choices do have consequences, and what they are, it's entirely up to you. For me right now is learning everything I didn't learn, catching up with all the things that I could have been kept on. Because looking back, it's not that hard. But I didn't. And now I'm sitting here with the consequences of my actions. And I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't feel great. I kind of want to, just out of here. And I guess this goes for saying that remember who you do it for. Remember why you do all the things you do. And once you have that in mind, you'll realize that certain things are easier to do than others. And I guess one of the questions is, why am I putting this out there? Like I said at the beginning of this, actually, this wasn't even planned. This was not planned at all. I just kind of needed to get my feelings out there. But then I remembered that the reason I'm doing the vlogs at this point is to kind of see my process through here. And I want to see that this Monday we have locked in. We are doing what we've been needing to do. I have about 15 minutes before Taekwondo, but even I'm considering not going and punishing myself, which is a weird thing I always do, was to punish myself for doing good. Like this close to the verge of tears. But I can't do anything about it. And looking outside of these academic walls, I as a person don't feel the greatest. It's insufferable who I am, who I become. And while I may know some people who might say that's not the case, I myself don't feel like that. I feel like I'm not who I want to become. And one of those really creative things you see is, stop looking and become that person. But it's kind of hard, It's kind of hard to just kind of become that person, because you don't even know the steps. Like, how does one do that, right? It's a weird feeling to have. And this is all just to say that, unlike me, take pride in what you do. If you've had a really successful day, mark it down as a really successful day. I'm not. I'm here talking to a camera about how I feel like I've wasted all my life. And this is not the first time. If any, this is one of maybe multiple times that this has happened. And yeah. Actually, I've been having many anxiety attacks all day. They're small, they're subtle, but I could feel them. I started hyperventilating, been needing to catch my breath for no reason at all, other than because I think I haven't been doing a lot of these things. My body didn't even know how to react. It just kept on giving me things because I wasn't doing enough stuff. So it's currently about 11:30 a.m. and I did go to Taekwondo actually. I kind of remember what my old master would say, and well, not say, what do we do, right? It's a lot of it's about doing, right? He'd give others when they were down. What is it? He would back off from them, right? He'd go in like a special circumstance and be like, "Oh, you don't feel well, you don't feel like doing it today. Chill out, just hit the important stuff." But not on me. Not on me. He never let me do anything, whatever he believed I could do. I felt bad that day. He cared. But he cared up to a point where he's like, well, that happened, this, whatever. I need you to focus. I need you to lock in and show me what you can do. On my worst days, he'd be there, and then on my best days, he'd be there. But he'd always have what's best for me in mind. And I went today, and before that, I felt like I wasn't part of a community. Right? I felt like, here comes a dude who, just shows up to practice every day. I felt like I didn't belong, but through the interactions I had today, I can say that don't underestimate the impact you have as a person or the impact you have on other people. Because even just a simple hello or even a simple, hey, like, what did you do? That's more than enough to validate yourself. As long as one person, shows up and be like, oh, so what did you do? That's enough to know that you matter to people. And coming back, or kind of just going, kind of made me feel like I do belong somewhere. Right? It's a very tough question to ask. Right? Where do I belong? Where do I, what do I do? What am I to do? The questions of life and all of that. But I think the questions you should be asking is, or actually, you shouldn't be asking any questions. If you believe you've been doing something that you believe in, something you want to see do, it always comes back to you reap what you sow, right? And if you sowed good, you should reap good. And if you sowed bad, you reap bad. And I think I've unironically hit both sides of it. Last semester, the other half of this semester, bad habits, bad study habits, bad habits in general. Like I wasn't focused, not even lucky. I wasn't focused. I didn't have an idea of what I wanted to do or have any smidgen of, I want to do this, right? So I feel like you should look into what you're sowing. If you believe what you're doing is good, then your outcomes more than likely should be good. And I think that's going to be the lesson for today, at least for me. right? The communications you have with people, the relationships you have with people, those are important. And if you take care of them within a good way, then good should come out of it. And then that note, um, welcome to the 14th road to finals. Today was a really good day, a really good productive day, and that should be to myself. I should be proud of what I did. I actually, like I said before all of this, I had doubt on myself. I had doubt on myself on what I was gonna do or how it all went. I felt like because I accomplished so much today, it should be the normal. It should be the norm. And to kind of run down my day, I woke up at 8:30, took a shower, and then I just doom scrolled for like an hour because I had a class at 10. So either way, I was gonna be forced at one point to stop and do something. I gave myself some time to be myself and just let me do what I wanted to do. I went to Civil War class, and because it's a fairly easy class, it's not hard. What is it? It's like 1301. Take it, simple class. But yeah, I went to the class and I took notes actually. Like I was reading my CS book. I was reading the CS chapter. That was okay. Low-key, it was assigned to us on Wednesday, but times get a little rough, right? But I went ahead and I did it. I went and read, and I actually got up to the point where CS class ended today. So I'm actually caught up, but I still got to learn what I didn't learn before that. But I'm actually caught up with it now. And then after that, I went to eat, so lunch. So it was around 11, and then I went to CS from 11:30 to 12:45. I knew what he was talking about. Some things they go in and out, but I knew what he was talking about, and I paid attention. I wrote the notes and everything, and then after that, I was in and out. Kind of, I went to advising, make sure I got my hold removed, so I could register for classes for the fall of next year. And I also kind of took charge and set up things to study for Calc. And then I went to Calc at 2. Everything made sense. Like even though I haven't been to class in weeks, I still had a very basic idea of what we were doing, and my professors go to the teaching, so I picked it up as soon as she laid it down. And then from around 3 to around 3 to 6, I worked on some of this, trying to get some lecture notes done, because as you know, I'm behind, so keeping up is not exactly something simple. But after that, it's when everything kind of hit, and that's when I kind of recorded the other part, where because of all that I did today, it was hard to feel proud of myself. It was really hard to it was hard to be proud of myself, because this should have been the norm. At least that's what I tell myself. Going to class, studying, doing all that stuff, that should be normal. And yeah, the doubts came to my head and everything. But I decided to go Taekwondo a little bit against my will. I just said, well, it's what Kendrick Lamar said actually. If God got us, then we gonna be all right. And I feel like it did. I went to Taekwondo, and the people there are wonderful. wonderful people. And it kind of made me realize that yourself, as a lot of people say, you are your own worst enemy. And that's true. All the self-doubt that you have in yourself, it's really gonna come and kick your ass. Because I should be proud of what I did and what I'm gonna continue to do. I'm gonna go actually right now after this. I'm gonna go to the library and print out my papers and work on everything that I need to ace this exam on Friday. And I can do it. And I feel like that's something a lot of people need to go and do. So if you're one of the few people who actually watch these damn videos, go to your mirror tomorrow morning and just do something very simple. Just say, I can do it.